Procrastination is often a perverse symptom of self-doubt and lack of clarity. I'm going to repeat that, right? If you find yourself procrastinating, but you don't know why, dude, I totally relate to you. I am human too. And I'm telling you this, it took me 31 years to learn this lesson about procrastination, all right? Procrastination is often a symptom of self-doubt and lack of clarity, or a combination of both, right? To deny this is a perverse action of a fragile ego. If you try to deny the fact that you are procrastinating and you don't want to admit that it's because you don't believe in yourself or that you just don't have the clarity that you need, then you have a fragile ego, right? And so let me just read this out. To deny this is a perverse action of a fragile ego. Self-doubt, lack of clarity, and a fragile ego are often outcomes of an environment that hasn't been serving you and will never start serving you, often showing in the form of family members who question your life decisions, peers who don't believe in your potential, and friends who make you feel bad for acting weird or acting different or acting try hard when you start taking those steps to improve. The best way to overcome a bad environment is to consistently seek out a better one and get in-person exposure to it. Now, in-person is crucial, right? Because this is something that can't be replicated over Zoom or over a live stream. You have to get that in-person exposure for a very simple reason. The moment that you get in-person exposure to a person who has the results that you want, or to an environment of people who have better results than you, is the moment that you realize these motherfuckers are no different than me. These motherfuckers have no more potential as people than I do. Like one of our previous points, we're all just fucking ants on this fucking rock in space that's spinning, and we don't know what the purpose of that is. So we try to find purpose while we're here by pursuing a worthy ideal or doing what most mediocrity people do, which is pursuing it in drama. They find purpose in drama, right? And so we try to find purpose, but you have to get in-person exposure to it, because you're going to realize that we are all humans and we're all the fucking same, right? And so if that person is no different than you, but they have better results than you, then what does that mean about your potential to get those results? It means that you have that potential. So simply putting yourself in an environment like that not only raises you up, but also improves your confidence, improves your self-esteem, and it crushes your self-doubt. So that way you're no longer putting brakes on your own success. You're no longer like that car that's driving down the highway with your foot on the gas and your foot on the brake. You take your foot off the brake the moment you start believing in yourself. You start believing in yourself naturally the moment that you get into environments like this, the moment you get that in-person exposure. You can smell the BO on this motherfucker who has better results than you and is exactly the same as you. In fact, you probably have more potential than that guy. But why does that guy have the results that you don't have currently? It's because he's simply taken more action up to this point than you. And that's not a bad thing. It just means he's a little bit further along on his journey than you. Now, here's the thing. Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. So many people's gut instinct when they meet someone who has better results than them is to shrink back into their ego, and they start hating. They start berating. They start saying, fuck that guy. He sucks. He's whatever. They start spewing hate. But here's the thing. If you meet success with hate, do you think you're ever going to get the same success that you're hating on? Think about it. Logically, think about it. No, right? And that's the thing. Your ego, your emotions are not logic. Logic and emotions are like yin and yang. They are polar opposites. They're connected, but they're polar opposites. Right? This is why women are emotionally driven. Men are logically driven. This is why feminine nature makes decisions based on how it feels. Masculine nature makes decisions based off of what makes sense. Right? But naturally, they conflict. Men and women do this all the time. And because of that polarity, that's why it works so fucking well. All right? So there's beauty and chaos at the fucking same time. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Right? But here's the thing. If you're making decisions and you meet success with fear, with ego, with emotion, you're never going to get that success. You're, again, putting the brake on your own success. So you got your foot on the gas and on the brake at the same time, right? So when you meet someone who has better results than you, even if they have no more potential than you have to cheer on that success. That way you can invite it into your own fucking realm of existence and then learn from it. Success leaves clues, But if your ego's too fragile to do anything but deny and hate, then it's only going to keep you small. At the end of the day, what does that hate do? If someone has a result that you want, do you think hating on them is going to inspire you to grow just like them? No. And this is natural. I find myself doing it all the time. It's a very human response. And here's the thing, 95% of people won't even come to a video like this or hear a message like this because, again, they're living in that matrix mindset. They're living in their ignorance is bliss for them, right? They don't have that motivation and that inspiration to change. So they meet success with hate. That way they can shrink back into their comfort zone right here where they are now, because right here where they are now is certain, it's safe. They know what it looks like. They know what it feels like. And more importantly, they know that it doesn't come with the risk of rejection and the risk of failure, right? So keep in mind, these are defense mechanisms that keep you small. So cheer on success and glean wisdom from it. Success leaves clues.